Oh yeah, we are live again on the Parenting Talk Show with Coach Ayuluwa. Thank you for joining me. My name is Ayuluwa Dedeji. I am the founder and the lead consultant at the Modern Family Focus, and I am your host on the Parenting Talk Show with Coach Ayuluwa. Today is another greedy. How has been your week? And happy new week to you. Today we have another educative, interesting, and what have you topic to discuss on the Parenting Talk Show with Coach Ayuluwa. If you are joining me for the first time, you may be wondering, what is happening here? What do they do at the Modern Family Focus? Let me tell you. What we do at the Modern Family Focus is that we teach parents how to parent. Yes, we teach parents, we equip parents with skills, strategies that they need to raise well-balanced children. And if you are one of those parents who want to raise well-rounded children, all children, in this world of confused identity, then you are in the right place. And if you are my returning viewer, just know that I love you and I love to have you here with me, because this show is all about you. It's not just about me. It's not just about the Modern Family Focus. It's about you. It's about us. It's about the world. So welcome today. And let me ask you again, have you gotten my two latest book, Why Find the Unlost Purpose, A Parent's Guide to Raising Purposeless Children, and Discipline Without Damage? If you haven't gotten your copy, you are missing out. Trust me, you are. Because if you get this book, if you read them, it will change your perspective of how you see parenting. You will understand what it is and how it is you need to do what to do to get to where you're supposed to be on your parenting journey. So we'll come back to that. So today we have another topic to explore. Helping your child start strong this new year, this new school year. Yes, helping your child start strong this new school year. Yeah, for those of us in Nigeria, the school has resumed. And how is the resumption? Hope the stress is not getting too much. Her son broke down. Yes, our son broke down. All right. So we want to talk about how to get our children to start strong. Yes, it is important. Like I do say that parenting is a lifelong journey. It is not a destination. Not at all. We keep learning, we keep growing on the journey. Plus, that most of us, many of us, were not prepared for parenting. So we keep learning on the journey, but that's okay. It's fine. It is just our willingness and our intentionality that will make the difference. So how do we help our children to start strong this new year? And if you are watching me outside Nigeria, maybe your children's school has resumed for a while or something, this session, this topic is not just limited to this moment. What I'm going to discuss are things that we need to do from time to time to help our children, start well in their academics, to thrive, not just to survive. So join me as we'll journey on today's topic. Why is it important to have a strong start? Why is it important? So I want to be real. The way a child begins a term often sets the pace for the entire session. Yes, how a child begins a term as a way of setting the pace for how the entire session will look like. Just think about it, even as adults, if you begin your day, with prayer, with order, with clarity, the rest of the day flows better. The rest of the day flows So it is important. Please, can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I hope you can hear me. So I was saying that we should think about it as adults. When we begin our day with order, with prayers, with preparation, with clarity, the rest of the day flows better. That's how it works for us as adults. So the same principle applies with our children when they are beginning as a new school session. So it is important. So the first 4 to 6 weeks in particular are critical. So why is this critical? Why is it important that we are conscious of the first 4 to 6 weeks of our children resumption at school? These weeks are what the psychologists called the foundational stage of adjustment. The foundational stage of phase of adjustment. Remember, the school has been on holiday maybe for close to 2 months, a month plus. So this first 4 weeks or 6 weeks is a foundational phase of adjustment. That's when the children, are trying to get back to their routine. Like I said about 2 weeks ago, when I talked about transitioning, so I talked about how routines are tampered with during holiday. No matter how intentional we are, somehow, during the holiday, the routine is usually tampered with. You find out that the wake up time, changes from the normal school routine. The bedtime somehow changes. So the first 4 to 6 weeks is that stage, that phase that the children are trying to adjust back to the normal routine, the normal school routine. So this foundational phase, children are forming routines, they are forming friendship, study habits, the emotional patterns that will carry them throughout the time. So it is important. Even the teachers are observing children in this period. They are observing who are focused, who are struggling, children who are responsible, and all of that. So a strong start means a child makes a good impression, both academically and socially. That is what it means. If your child is able to start strong, start the academic session strong, it then means that your child is making a good impression academically and socially. Let me now say this. I discovered that most parents don't release their children to resume school on the first week of resumption. Let me tell you what you are doing to your children. You are already preparing your children for struggling. Our excuses are they don't really work, they just go to play and all of that. If you are a parent and you are thinking that because the children are in school and they are not writing, they are not reading letters, they are not learning, then you are talking, or that perception is from place of ignorance. Because even play is a pathway to learning. I am a certified play therapist, so I know what play does to children. Through play, they learn resilience, they learn problem-solving skills, they learn social skills. These are skills that cannot be taught while writing. These are skills that they learn during interaction with their peers. So if you are not releasing your children to resume school at the first week of resumption, just because they won't write, they won't, read, it's just play, then you are setting up your children for struggling. Aside that, this, just like I said, that the first 4 to 6 weeks is a foundational phase. The first week is like a rehearsal. So your children's body system is trying to adjust. Like I said earlier, our son just resumed school, and on Thursday, he broke down. He came back from school with runny nose, with high body temperature, because he's just starting school. He's just 3 years, so he's just starting school or a play group. So if we had said that he shouldn't resume school because they are just going to play, what it means is that what happened this week is likely to happen next week. And by that next week, the school will have, started fully writing and all of that, every other aspect of learning. So that means that that child will then struggle when the school system is fully in operation. So the first week of resumption is not a waste, even if they are just going to play. Some school starts writing the first day of resumption. That is also okay. If that is the school policy, is fine. But if the school policy allows that children play all through the first week, it is okay. It is still part of learning. It is still part of learning. So it is a period that you should allow your children to to prepare their body system. For this first week, we have installed our routine. I shared our daily routine on my Facebook, on my social media platform. All right. So it is very important that we take note of how our children start the new academic session, because it has a way of influencing how the entire session will look like. How the entire session will look like. And that's why I do say that preparing your children to do well academically goes beyond just reading and writing. It goes beyond that, honestly. There are other things that we need to do, that we should put in place to help our children to do well academically. That will help them. Instead of being pressured to learn, they will be encouraged to learn. And these are the things that we need to do. But unfortunately, we don't take all those things serious. And we just expect that our children will just, get up one day and be the genius in their class and be the first class students. It doesn't work like that. It does not work in that manner. So it is important that we help our children to start early, to start strong, to start. If the school is resuming this day, let your children resume. It doesn't matter if the school did not expose them to writing, to real academic work. It doesn't matter. School is a citadel of learning, not just learning how to read and write letters. All right. So this foundational phase is where children are forming routines. They are learning about friendship. They are learning about study habits. They are even getting to know their teachers, because oftentimes new session, new teachers take over. So the first few weeks are weeks where the children are getting familiarized with their teachers. They are getting to know who their teacher is, their teacher's teaching patterns and all that. So if you deprive your children of that opportunity at the early resumption time, then you are preparing your children to struggle. And honestly, it could mean that your children will struggle all through that thing. So it's just like laying the foundation of a house. It is if the foundation is weak, cracks will show up later. So the early resumption period is a foundational period. Is a time that you lay foundation, academic foundation, for your children's success. So if you fail to lay solid foundation, it means there will be cracks during the week. That is what it means. It means your child is likely to struggle. But if you lay solid foundation, the structure can stand strong no matter the challenges. The structure can stand so strong if you are able to lay solid foundation. for your children. So how habits now determine performance? Let's look at that. How habits determines performance. We'll look at habits, routine, and mindsets for success. Habits, routines, and mindsets for success. So how habits determines performance. If a child starts waking up late, rushing for homework, skipping reading and all of that, by November, you agree with me, by okay, let me say by September, since school is resuming by September, by November, that habit is already fixed. Yes, that habit is already fixed. It becomes harder to change. When an habit is already fixed, it becomes difficult, even for adults. For adults, some of us are struggling with eating certain kind of food because it has become our habit to eat them. So even when the food poses danger to our body system, even when we are told that this food is not good for your health, you need to stop it, we still struggle to do away with those food. It is because it has become our habit. Now let's talk about children. Let's talk about children. So if your child wake up late or sleep late, wake up late, rushes for homework, speak reading, and all other important activities, by September, if that habit starts by September, trust me, by November it has already sticked, and it will be very hard for that habit to change. But if a child starts with discipline, early bedtime, early wake up, homework, healthy routine, daily review, the habits compound into academic structure, academic confidence, and better results. That is what it means. That is what it means. So if you are able to build this strong habits early in your children, what it means is that you are setting up your children for academic confidence and better results. Take note of this. Take note of this. Usually, what we do here, a week before resumption, we resume our school routine. The wake up time falls back, bedtime falls back, reading time, every other activities, it falls back, so that the children can start the first week of the academic session strong, knowing what to do and how to go about it. Because of some instances around this term, we couldn't achieve that. But from the first day, from a preceding day to the resumption day, we resumed our routine fully. The wake up time is fixed. In fact, we introduced other things into our routine. Last session, there was no morning reading in our routine. This session, we introduced that since our children resume school, every morning they read. Before they go to school, they read. These are the things that we need to pay attention to prepare our children for academic success. They are very important. They are easy to ignore, but they are very important, and they compound, they come together to influence our children's academic success. So let me paint this scenario of a child who starts a session disorganized. Imagine a child who wakes up late, who is always rushing to the bathroom, loses pencil, looking for one socks, looking for one leg of shoe, and all of that. The child can get to school tired. Oftentimes, when children leave home stressed, they carry that stress to school. And that is why sometimes you see children sleeping in class, not because they didn't sleep well overnight. A stressed mind will not receive, teaching. When your child leaves home stressed, you have shouted, hey, ooh. The child is already stressed up. The child cannot settle emotionally in the class. The child will struggle to learn in class. So the child begins to feel behind, You know, the teacher may even see the child as careless. Maybe today the child forget the home phone at home. Tomorrow the child forget pencil and all of that. The teacher may see that child as a disorganized child, as a child who is careless. And very soon, the child will lose confidence. Again, some of us think we can take our children to school anytime. You know, I see children resuming school after 8, when school resumption is 7:30, 7:45, and you think your children can get to school anytime. You are preparing your children for struggling. If you persistently do that, I understand that sometimes it's possible that we don't meet up with time. It is possible. It happens to us too once in a while. But we should try as much as possible to ensure that our children get to school on time. It's a way of teaching them time management, and it is a way of getting them to settle in class. Imagine, even you as an adult, imagine you walk into a class, you are going to attend lectures, and you are walking into class maybe 15 minutes late when the class has started. When you get to class, it will take you up to 20 to 25 minutes for you to get settled. It applies to children too. It does. So note this. If you take your children to school late consistently, you are setting up your children for struggling. You are not setting up your children for academic success. And at the end of the term, you will expect that child to come home with brilliant results. No, it doesn't just work like that. It doesn't just work like that. It's okay to prepare your children, let them settle, let them get to school, let them play. Yes, it's important. It activates their brain. Here, sometimes we dance in the morning before our children go to school. We play music with them. Sometimes we play game in the morning. Yes. Sometimes we sing together as a family. It's a way of preparing children, you know, getting them ready. They are leaving home, they are excited. We are going to school, we are gisting, we are playing. There's no rushing. Hey, do this. No. It prepares their mind. No, they feel relaxed. When they get to school, they are ready to learn. They understand when their teacher is teaching. Their mind is settled. Emotionally, they are balanced. That is how to prepare our children for academic success. So think of another child who starts the session with a routine, just like I said, sleeping early. Here, by 7:30, they are in bed. Latest 8 p.m. When I see children roaming around 9 p.m., 10 p.m., doing what is an abuse. Is an abuse. Or you keep your children on the screen watching TV till 10 p.m., 11 p.m., you are abusing your child and you are setting up your child for failure. That's the fact. You are setting up your child for failure. Early bedtime, your children will have enough time to rest, to sleep. When they wake up strong and healthy. It is important. You know, when you are able to achieve that, they pack their bags a night before, they do on phone on time, they read daily, you know, such a child feels prepared. The child feels prepared, confident, and even the teacher will notice. A good teacher will notice that. A good teacher will notice a child who is ready for the academic session and the one who is not ready. And you see that energy carries them through the term. That energy carries them through the term. It is important. Our children woke up 4 p.m. by themselves, the first resumption day. Because we have talked about resumption, they have prepared everything, their lunch bag is packed, their uniform iron, their socks, their snacks and all of that. They were expectant. They were expecting to resume school. They were so excited that they woke up even earlier, an hour earlier, 4 p.m. They woke up. So if you are able to, you know, prepare their mind to receive teaching, that energy will carry them. That energy will carry them, and it is important. They need that energy. They need that energy. So as parents, the habit you help your child form in the first few weeks are like planting seed. Please don't joke with it. If you missed it, this resumption, please make sure that you don't miss it the next time. Please don't. Please don't. Take note of this. The habit you help your child to form in these few weeks are like planting seed. Remember, you cannot harvest what you don't plant. If you plant disorganization, that is what you will reap. If you plant the seed of organization, then you will reap it in your children's academic performance. You will definitely reap it. The harvest, whether good or bad, will come at the end of the term. So when you are blaming your children, when the result comes out and you are blaming your children, see this person, he scored 100, and this person has first class result. Does she have 2 edge? Where is she? Is she not human being like you? Think back and remind yourself, how did you prepare your own child for this term? What system did you put in place? What system did you put in place to prepare your children for a successful transitioning into a new academic session? All right, so let's look at building winning habits and routine. Building winning habits and routine. So these are things that you need to do to help your child start strong. Don't worry if what I've said or what I'm going to say, you haven't done them. Don't worry. It's okay. Sometimes we all fall short. That's okay. Awareness is the first, step to making change. Now you are watching, you are hearing, you are aware. You just need to take intentional step to put all those things in place. So now that we understand why a strong start is important, I believe you now understand why it is important for your child to start strong. Let's talk about how to make it happen. Excuse me. And the answer is simple. Yes, it's not difficult. What it requires is just consistency, intentionality. Intentionality and consistency, and we will achieve it. There are just 2 things: habits and routines. Habits and routines. Habits and routines. Because children don't rise to the level of our wishes. No, they rise to the level of their daily routine. Daily routine. The rhythm you set in your own. The routines you set in your own. The habits you set in your own is what determines how your children will roll. That is what determines how your children will roll. So let's start with morning routine. Start the day with order. That is why it is important that you have your family system installation. Yes, you can say, Coach has started again. Yes, I have started again, because it is important. It is important. If you don't have your family system installed, it's going to be chaotic. Parenting will be chaotic for you. You will struggle and your children will struggle. So to avoid that, you need to have your family system installation, in place. That will guide every other decision. It will guide the habits you will instill in your children. It will guide the routine that you will set up for your children. So morning routine is important. It will determine how your day will start in your home. Like I said, in our home, this academic session, we introduced reading in the morning, just 15 minutes. When the children wakes up, the first thing they do is they read their affirmation. They have them in their rooms, written in their own handwriting. They wake up in the morning, they read it before they come out. They come out, we start our day with morning devotion. They do their prayer, we do our prayers, we have morning hymn, we sing our morning hymn. Then they go for reading, 15 minutes. There's a reason why we are doing that. Because doing that will help us to achieve our family vision. Yours may be different, because our family vision may be different. So activities that you will need to achieve your family vision will be different. So as they are growing, we are incorporating activities that will help us to achieve our family vision. And that is what every family needs to do. It is important. So they read. After reading, they do their chores, cook, dress up, have their breakfast, and they go to school. So this is the early routine. They now understand, and when they forget, you hear them, let me go and check the next thing on my routine. Let me go and, you see, if you have routine in place, it will save you of stress. Honestly, it will save you. Hey, have you done this? Woo! I'm not saying it's going to be a smooth ride. Of course, parenting comes with its own, challenges and all of that. But if you have your routine in place, it will reduce chaos in your home. It will. Because you will give the children the sense of, predictability. Like I always say that children thrive on predictability. When they know the next thing they will do, they need to do, it empowers them to, thrive. And they will not struggle. You also will not struggle. So it is important to put your morning routine. If you don't have your morning routine in place, please after this session, please do so. If you need help, please contact us. We will help you. When I shared our morning routine, our daily routine on my social media platform, I got people that contacted me that I should help them out, to allot time and all of that. I told them, anybody that wants to copy as it is, if it works for you, feel free. If you need to adjust, go ahead and adjust. If you need help, please contact us. It is important. You see all these things, you don't know the conditioning, the wiring you are doing to your children's brain. During the week, I was talking to our children about routine, and I asked them, do you know why we need to follow our routine? Our daughter said, yes, I know. Our daughter is just 7 going on 8. He said, yes. She said, yes, I know. So that when we get to the university, even when you are not there with us, we will know the right thing to do. And that's the simplest way to explain the importance of routine. Even when the family, the family members are apart, everybody knows what to do per time. You are teaching them time management. You are teaching them organization skills. You are teaching them responsibilities. You are teaching them, how to live their lives, putting their lives in their hands, how to walk the path of success by themselves. So it is important. Wake up early enough. Our wake up time here is 5, except as our baby, who is 3, that I wake up around 6. He just resumed school. But the other 2, they wake up by 5. By 5, yes. So that we can have enough time to get ready, it is important. Start your day with prayers. Start your day with prayers. Devotion. Set the spiritual and emotional tone for the day in your home. If you don't, anybody will do that for your children. And trust me, it may work against your family. It is important. Set the tone of your, of the day in your home with spiritual exercise. It is important. It is very, very, very important. From age 3, we started having separate morning devotion for our children. We have for we the parents, but one designed for children. There are age-friendly manuals that you can use. You can develop for yourself if you don't have any. It is important that we teach our children to seek the face of God early in the morning. Early in the morning. During the holiday, I had a session here talking about how to turn holiday period into a faith-based, session, something like that. And one thing I emphasized on that session is that no matter what you give to your children, if you don't give your God to your children, you have done nothing. You have just done nothing. Send them to the best school. Give them, the best exposure you can. Buy the latest wares for them. Build the most beautiful houses in the whole world. If you fail to give your God, I'm not being religious here. I'm not saying my religion. Your God. If you fail to give your God, and I believe you are serving the only true God. If you fail to give your God to your children, honestly, you have done nothing. You have done nothing. So do well, make it a routine in your family that you begin your day with prayer. It doesn't have to be long, long period. No. 10 minutes is okay. 10 minutes is okay. Just Bible reading, explain the scripture, questions, contribution, sing, pray, and the day is set spiritually. The next one on the morning routine is nutritious breakfast. It is important. These are the things that set up our children for success. Be careful of what you give to your children. What they take in the morning fuels the brain for learning. It fuels the brain for learning. Ensure that you give nutritious food to your children. I understand the economy these days, but we can always work things out. We can always work things out. And believe me honestly, sometimes eating healthy is not even as expensive as eating unhealthy food. Yes. So it is just intentionality. So be conscious of what you feed your children in the morning, because that is what fuels their brain. If you feed them with food, that will weaken them, that will make them tired, they get to school and they start sleeping when they're supposed to be agile in the morning. It is very important. Then pack school bag the night before. This has been the routine in our home for a very long time. Anything we want to do, we prepare a day, sometimes 2-3 days ahead. Yes, sometimes 2-3 days ahead. It is important. Avoid last minute stress. The lunch bag, the water bottle, the cutleries, the home phone, ensure that they are packed a night before. A night before, even our children, they know they'll pick their undies, their socks, everything is arranged. Just to wake up, get ready, and move. It will help your children to start. What it means is that your children is starting strong. That is just it. And like I said in my introduction, that how your child begins the term will determine how the session will run. Because if you are unable to start the first term, if you are not careful, the cycle will continue, the second term, the third term. And at the end of the session, this child, after all the money I've spent, after the books I bought, this is the result you are bringing. No, it's not the child's fault. You did not prepare the child. Academic success is beyond math and English. It's beyond sending children to school. It's beyond buying books, paying school fee, and all of that. They are important, I know. They are important, of course, but there are things that we need to do. There are systems that we need to put in place that will help our children to thrive academically. When mornings are chaotic, shouting, rushing, and forgetting things, children often carry that stress. I said it before, into the classroom. But when mornings are structured, they arrive calm. They are confident. They are ready to learn. They're just happy. Sometimes when our children are going to school, I'll be the one saying, wait for me now. Wait for me. Let's go together. They are just excited. They want to go to school. It's a system that we have put in place. Is it going to be easy? Of course, no. Of course, no. These are the things nobody told us before we become a parent. By the way, I am currently writing a book. What I wish I knew before becoming a parent. Oh, in that book, the book is not about regrets. No, not about regrets. It's about being aware of what we need to know that we didn't know. Things that we're supposed to have known, that's supposed to have taught us, that our parents supposed to have taught us, but they didn't, because they didn't think it matters. And it does. It does. The reason why some of us are struggling on our parenting journey is because we were not prepared. I shared my struggles in that book. I'm almost done. I shared my learning curve. In my experience, I shared my experience as a parent, as a struggling parent. my transitioning from a struggling parent to intentional parent, learning parenting and becoming a parenting coach. When the book is out, please, you need to get it and read it. It will help you. If you have youth, young adult, I will also recommend that book because it will prepare them. We have walked through that rough road. Our children shouldn't walk through the road again. There should be an handshake. Where we failed, our children shouldn't fail there. The lessons we learned late, our children should learn them early so that they will find the journey easier more than we did. So it is important that you get that book and you read. It will soon be out. So these are some of the things that I discussed in the book. I mean, when I was growing up, what is bedtime? What is wake up time? You go to bed when you want. You wake up when you want. And when you are sleeping too late, they will come and wake you. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah, wake up, go and dress up and all of that. If you like, arrange your lunch bag. If you like, don't arrange your lunch bag. But all those things destabilized us. And some of us, including me, we grew up into, our life. The reason why some of us are struggling to make it in life, it's not because we are not good. It's not because we are not intelligent. It's not because we are not brilliant. But because there was no structure. We were not able to structure our lives. I was telling our daughter, I said, this routine that we are setting up for you, I struggle with it. And I don't want you to struggle with it. I struggle with wake up. I am a deep sleeper. A late sleeper. I sleep late. I can stay awake till 2, 3 a.m. I rarely doze off. So when I am to wake up to do something meaningful in the morning, I'm tired. That is lack of routine, lack of structure. Lack of structure. I told her, I said, I don't want you to experience such. You need to learn how to manage your energy. What activity should you do in the morning? What activities should you do in the evening? There are activities that you shouldn't do in the morning. You need to understand. And these are the things that I discussed in that book. Okay, let's move on. I've talked about the morning routine. Now the after school routine. These are the 2 sessions in our own routine that we use in our own. So after school routine, children need time to decompress after school. Yes, when they come back from school, they need time. The activities that will happen at home should kind of relieve them of what has happened in school. And so it is important that we are also intentional about after school routine. It is important. Rest is very important. We should include it in our after school routine. The previous academic session, we normally have siesta. There was siesta in our routine. After lunch, when they come back from school, after lunch, they go for 20-30 minutes siesta. But our son struggle to sleep in the afternoon. Our daughter will oversleep, that she won't now sleep early at night. So when we are scheduling these sessions routine, they appeal to me that they don't want siesta, that I should take away siesta from the routine. So we took it, but somehow we still included, a system of rest in this routine. The rest, they have their quiet time. Is a daily rhythm here. Quiet time. They have thinking corner. That's part of our routine. A time where they just go into a quiet place. They relax. They think. They put, their brain into, just to take them away from activities. It is important. We need to teach our children to think. Yes, we need to teach them to think. It is important. So while they are relaxed, they are not doing physical activities, they go to a corner, just 15 minutes, they have their thinking corner. That's a form of resting. It's a form of resting. Then having light snacks and water, it restores energy. Even if they don't eat. Sometimes our children don't take lunch. They just take water. Sometimes just snacks. Sometimes fruits and all of that. But it is important that we keep their energy, we restore their energy, because of course they would have exhausted, their energy. Then home fun or revision. Don't make the mistake of putting playtime before home fun. Play is on our routine and it should be for every child because play is important. Like I said earlier, I am a certified play therapist. So I know what play does. When I see parents complaining, my children plays too much. My children. No. If you are complaining that your child is playing too much, what you are saying invariably is that your child is learning too much. Because as they play, they learn. You just need to structure the play. You just need to structure it. As a play therapist, I use play to teach my children resilience, problem solving skills, sex education. You see, all these things that you need big grammar to teach. Play will break it down because play is a language that children understand. And by the way, our play therapy course will soon launch out. You need to learn how to use play. If you are complaining, if you think that your child is playing too much, you need to join the class so that you will learn how to use that opportunity. Play is a tool in parenting. We just complain because we don't know how to use it. Trust me. When I'm teaching our children using play, sometimes I get tired. Say, Mommy, please don't stop. Mommy, please, let's continue. Please, let's continue. We are playing and they are learning. So you should also include playtime in your routine, in your after school routine. And make sure it is after home fun. This will help your child, to take the home fun seriously. We don't struggle with our children during their home fun. No, from day one, we don't. Sometimes when they wake up, when they come back from school, even before they do anything, they pick their own phone to do because they know if the homework is done, there is no play. So when they are, trying to be on serious, by the time they remember, if you don't finish, you don't play. But if you finish on time, daddy and mommy will even play with you. It gingers them and they do, let me do what I have to do so that I can go and play. Let me do what I have to do. Let me finish my own phone so that I can go and play. Play is a tool. So home fun, after home fun or revision, then play. Have family talk. Let family talk be part of your after school routine. If due to your work schedule, your family dynamics and your family structure, it is not possible to have daily family talk, you can make it weekly. Yes, you can make it weekly. It doesn't have to be for a long time. You can make it weekly. And if we are intentional, I believe you can do it. If you eat dinner every day before you go to bed, then you can have family talk. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's a system we have put in place here. Every day, we have our family bonding time. It's part of our routine. We have our family bonding time where we gist, we talk, we read Bible stories to our children. We have our night hymn, we have hymn, our family hymn that we sing early in the morning. We have the one we sing early in the morning. We have the one we sing at night. These are important things. They are little. Auntie Bola, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. You're welcome. I'm seeing someone also, but I can't read the name. Thank you also for joining me. So it is important. If you can have dinner as a family, you just need to be intentional. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. See, you say this period that your children will say things that they will normally not say to you. Like, Mommy, do you know that in class today, someone bullied me? Do you know that in school today, this happens and all that? And it's a way of keeping the family together. It is very important. Ask about your children's day, teach reflection and connection every day. We have our gratitude reflection. Gratitude reflection. I didn't just put that system in place. There was a time that there were a rise in cases of suicide among children. Suicide, yes, among children. And I did the research and I found out that one of the reasons why people commit suicide is because they lack the ability to reflect the good things that they have enjoyed in their life. Okay, and see, but my coach, how about a situation whereby the father is not available? How can we create the bond? You can create it if you are the one available. The most important thing is that someone is available. We don't just leave the children. Yes, I understand that. There are instances that the father is away or the mother is away. If one parent is around, create it. You can still create it. You are representing the father. If it is the mother that is available, you are representing the father. If it is father, you are representing the mother. We shouldn't just leave the children. Yes, the best thing is that both parents, the father and the mother, is available. But if it happens that one person is not available, the other person will carry on. Sometimes family structures, family dynamics, affect how to put our things together. And that is why I keep saying that it's important that we have a family system installed. These are the things that we will fashion out. These are the things that we will address in our family vision. How do we want to do it? If the father is not at home, we can organize online meeting. Yes. When we're having our connection moment, there was a time my husband was away for about 3 months at home. Sometimes when I'm having reading with the children, I'm on, we are doing WhatsApp video call. We are connecting. Sometimes we are singing our family hymn on phone. We are, the phone is on camera and we are communicating. So we can still achieve that, man. It is possible. It's just intentional. It just requires intentionality. And if the parent who is away, when the parent is back, that parent should find time to make up that season of absence. It is very important. Auntie, I hope that answered the question. Thank you for engaging. So it is very important. Thank you, ma. It is very, very important. These little moments, they are moments that keep the family together, even when the family members are apart. Do we get that? Yes. If the family member, maybe the children grow up and they grow out of the home. One is in school in Lagos, one is in Abuja, one is in Canada, and all of that. Even this bonding moment, this time, they will remember it. And it's like bringing the family together, even when everybody is away from home. So I've talked about the morning routine and I've talked about the after school routine. Let's talk about sleep routine because it is very important. It saddens my heart when I see children awake 10 p.m., 11 p.m. doing what? See, one of the ways you can set up your child for academic excellence, for academic success, is to ensure that they get the recommended sleep hour of sleep, depending on their age. Children need up to 8, 10, 11 hours of sleep per day. Poor sleep equals to poor concentration. Let me say that again. Poor sleep equals to poor concentration. Not only that, low energy and emotional outbursts. Let your child sleep early. Let your child sleep early. Like I said earlier, that's one of the things I struggled with as adults. And some of us too, we struggle with that. We are awake in the middle of the night, not doing something reasonable. Maybe just scrolling on social media, watching film. Oh God. Watching film consistently and all of that. No, it's not right. It's not right. Children need enough hour to sleep and encourage a consistent bedtime. There's something it does to a child brain. Like I said here, by 7:30, the children are in their bedroom. Yes, 7:30. Sometimes when they are sleeping, that's where when I will go and get one or two things that I need. Yes, 7:30, highest 8 p.m. Highest 8 p.m. And you know what? That helped our daughter. By age 4, age 5, she will wake up in the middle of the night. You see how this, my children don't like reading. My children struggle with reading. We call some of them, we just don't know. By the time a child is sleeping 11 p.m., 12 p.m., and you expect that child to wake up early and be, strong and healthy. No. Even as adults, if you don't sleep well, you wake up tired. Our daughter will wake up in the middle of the night by herself and start reading. Ensure that your child sleep well. It is possible. You can achieve that. Make it consistent. Avoid screens at least 30 minutes before time. Avoid screen. It affects sleeping pattern. Here, we don't even watch screen during the week. Only on weekends. Some weekends safe. In fact, for the past 2-3 weeks, for almost 3 weeks, it was yesterday we won our TV, maybe not up to 30 minutes, except this morning, and we were just playing music. Your children don't need screen now. They don't. Honestly. If you are able to understand the damage you are causing your children by exposing them to excessive screen time, honestly, what I know now, if I had known it, I won't even waste money to buy television in my home. I won't. Even as adults, the one in my bedroom, sometimes 3 months, I don't even turn it on. So is that not a waste of money? So avoid screen time. At least if your child or your children need to watch screen, 30 minutes before bed, avoid it. Even as adults, that's one of the things I put in my routine. An hour before bedtime, no screen. No screen. Sometimes when we expose ourselves heavily on screen, it affects our sleep, quality. You sleep for long hours, yet you wake up, you are tired. That's the work of screen. So you need to balance all this. Just as your phone battery cannot run well without full charge, your child cannot learn well without full rest. Without full rest. When a child gets to class, when the child is supposed to be learning, the child is sleeping because the child has not gotten the recommended sleep hour. And you expect that child to learn well and, do well academically. It's not magic. Prayers don't happen, answer to all this. Yes, it's good to pray for our children's success, but it's also good to work for their success. That is part of working for our children's success. Ensuring that they go to bed early. It is very important. So let's talk about screen time balance, and that's where, okay, let me quickly rush this, and then we'll talk about daily reading habits. So screen time balance. Screen time is one of the biggest distractions. You and I know that. The children want to watch cartoons, they want phone and all of that. Again, if you don't have your family digital master plan, you are wrong. I designed a family digital master plan to help families to manage their screen time. If you don't put all these things in place, before you know it, things will get out of hand. You won't even know. So to avoid such distraction, set clear limits. By now, our children know that they don't have access to phone of their own, laptop of their own, until they are 18. They know. They are just children. But we have set the clear limits. Even when they have to watch screen, maybe they want to learn, they want to, read something and all of that, there is time limits. They understand. Sometimes they want to step out of the boundary, but because we have our systems in place, we check ourselves. Oh, you are going out of the boundary, and they call themselves back. So use screen time as reward, not default activity. It's not a default activity. In fact, after they prepared their routine by themselves. So when they came back the following day, I just laughed. I went through the routine and I said, you didn't even include screen time. He said, we even forgot, because it's not a thing here. No, it's not. So it should be a reward. Oh, you did well today. Okay, you can watch screen 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and encourage offline play. Encourage offline play. What screen cannot teach? Offline play. Physical play, outdoor play will teach it. Yes. Screen cannot teach love the way human relationship will teach it. So encourage play. Our children have, I think, 30 or 35 minutes outdoor play. And when we are able to finish our routine on time, I join them in the play. We play, sometimes we act drama, we gist, sometimes I run with them. It's just to, ensure that the connection is there so that we can raise whole children. Encourage offline play, hobbies, reading, and all of that. So let me quickly talk about daily routine. My time is almost up. Daily routine habits. 20 to 30 minutes of reading beyond homework builds vocabulary, imagination, and comprehension. Like I said, all these things, you don't have to spend hours. In the morning, it's just 15 minutes. In the afternoon, 15 minutes. In our home, that's how we split, because the children's attention span is still, not that long. So they read 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. Sometimes, our daughter even exceeds that 30 minutes per day. If we are able to ensure that consistently, it will build their vocabulary, their imagination, and their comprehension. And they will naturally just like reading. In another session, I will talk about how to help our children to enjoy reading, not to force them. I will share the system that we use in our home that makes our children to love reading. Our son, our baby, who is 3 years, he just resumed school this term. And as a matter of fact, even if I have my time, if I have my way, I won't even allow it. I will wait till he's 5. Till he's 5 years old. As young as he is, even before he resumes school, he will pick book and give me book. Mommy, read for me. There is a way to achieve that. There was a night, everybody was asleep. I just went into their bedroom to check them. And I saw him reading. He can't even pronounce A. He can't say ha, boo. He can't even at that time. But I saw him opening book and he concentrated as if he understood everything. I think he was analyzing the images on the book. There is a system. If we are able to continue, running that system, you can imagine how it will be the result by the time he gets to teenage. So there are systems to put in place to achieve all this, and I will share that. That's why you shouldn't miss this show for any reason. All right, that's a digression a bit, although it is important. So create a family reading corner or bedtime story time. Let your children see you reading, model habits, alternate textbooks and fun story books. That is how to create daily healthy reading habits for your children. It is important. Now, let's round this session off by discussing on mindset for success. Routine gives children structure, but mindset gives them the encouragement to keep growing even when things get tough. So let's talk about how to build a winning mindset in our children. Build growth mindset, not fixed mindset. Build growth mindset, not fixed mindset. I'm not good at maths. I can't draw. No, that subject is too hard for me. That's for a fixed mindset. A growth mindset would believe that ability can be improved through effort and practice. Equip your children with statements like, I am not good at maths yet. Yet. That's a powerful word. When our children are saying things that they can't even do, I don't tell them, oh, you cannot do it. No, you can't do it yet. Or I say, yes, you can do it, but not now. That's building a growth mindset. Don't say, hey, you cannot do it. What do you know? You can't even do it. No. You are building fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is a mindset that doesn't grow, a mindset that doesn't try, a mindset that doesn't take risk. And you and I know that if you don't take risk, you are even taking a bigger risk. So that is also important. Encourage positive self-talk. put affirmations. Let them read affirmations. I am created for a purpose. I am a problem solver. I can fail, I can try, fail, and try again, and all of that. Teach them to replace negative words with empowering words. Empowering words. This is hard for me, but I can learn it. This is tough, but I will figure it out. And let them hear us say things like that. Yes, let them hear us say things like that. Oh, even though this seems tough, but I will put in my best and I will achieve it. That is positive self-talk. Normalize mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Children often fear mistakes because they think it makes them bad or stupid. No. Mistakes are evidence that they are learning something new. At least if they fail, they have learned one way not to do that thing. So normalize mistakes. Don't punish your children for making mistakes. Guide them to take better decisions next time. You are the role model. Children copy how we react to challenges. I've said it and I will continue to say it because it is the truth. Modeling is huge in parenting. Every habit, every attitude, every character that we want to see in our children, if we can model it, 70 to 80% of our job is done as parents. You want your children to love reading. How many times have they seen you reading? It is important. So let your children see you. If you complain, panic, or give up easily, your children will absorb that, and that is what they will do. But if you stay calm, say, oh, this didn't end well, but I'll try again. I'll find another way to do this. Your children learn resilience. Resilience. So it is important to put all these things into perspective. Now, this is me again, Coach Ayolua. I hope you have learned something on the Parenting Talk Show with Coach Ayolua. If you have anything you want me to address, you have anything you want me to talk about, you can reach out to me. I will definitely address that. Again, my latest book, Why Find Your Lost Purpose, Discipline Without Damage, they are available on my online stores. Click the link in my bio to get yours. And currently, I am writing another book, What I Wish I Knew Before Becoming a Parent. These books are bangers. Yes, they are bangers. Trust me. Trust me. You won't read my books and remain the same. It's not possible. You will not read my books and remain the same. Every Sunday by 2 p.m. I am here. And I expect you to be here. Your children teachers to be here. Your colleagues, your neighbors, your friends should be here because they're all co-parenting with you. And they need to learn. These are things that we were not taught. These are things that I also need to learn. As a matter of fact, even as a parenting expert, I am still learning. I am still learning. Like I said in my introduction, that parenting is a lifelong journey. We keep learning. We keep growing. So join me every Sunday by 2 p.m. as we continue to grow together on our parenting journey. Thank you all for joining me. This is me again telling you to keep parenting with intention.